I had some questions after my last video to see more about this skinny VTE2. I did get some runs on this thing before the end of the season. We were running that Ghost 1721 motor. So yeah, I got the whole kit laid out. Everything is from John Lineman, and I know he's still got a few left if you guys are interested. I have a second one here. I'll probably do something over the winter. Most likely I'll run the same body. I'll just have different setups inside. But yeah, so the one thing I guess that would probably be the most time consuming on doing this build is coming up with a body that would work. So I took an FC body and I used one to make this. So I didn't have to use multiple bodies, but I trimmed it, cut out the cockpit. I moved the outer parts closer together and then trimmed that cockpit opening again to get the center back in there. But yeah, so it worked out pretty good. I actually could have brought it in a little more, but I wanted to get the car as low as possible. So I tried to get the wheel, not necessarily in the wheel well, but tucked up into the body more. So I had the, opportunity to kind of put that exactly where I wanted. So that was what I did. And I'll show you guys what this thing looks like inside. I didn't go crazy with this build. So I had a new roller basically as a parts car. And so that was what I used for this one. And I do have measurements on like the tie rods since we're not using shocks on this. But this is it all assembled. So it brings it in quite a bit, guys. But you can still, if you do the layout correctly, you can still fit big batteries. I was able to fit the Onyx 10K in here. And I did put the servo up top and kind of reworked the stock linkage just for space. But even if you put the servo over here, you could still make it work. So it might be a little tighter with the batteries, but you could still fit it in the stock location. So yeah, this front and rear diff housings and entire assemblies are untouched, unopened. I just bolted them on. I did the tie rods to replace the shocks. That's what we got front and rear. So the floating mount that Hobao uses, I didn't actually use it for its purpose. I just used it as a body mount. And it's wide, so it keeps the body stable. But I just locked the two parts that usually allow it to slide up and down, disconnected the hub connectors, and don't run those. So it gives you a solid body mount up in the rear. So that was what I don't know. I haven't messed with using the Hobao floating mount. I use it sometimes like this, and it works for me on my road, guys. So yeah, but other than the titanium shafts that I had some extra scorched ones, so I threw those in there. I'm still running the stock motor mount, stock spool. I did put a smaller spool gear on there. I think it's like a 31 or something like that, but it was what I needed the gearing to be, since I'm still running the stock 3:3 ratio inside of the diffs. But yeah, and then we've got the Ghost 1721 2400 motor. So super happy to get this thing almost 196, guys, 195.8. But overall this build is quite simple. I mean, we did do the narrow kit. I got the center shafts because I had an extra set. I think I had put perfect pass ones into a car and just took the scorched ones out of whatever build it was, and so I had these laying around. But yeah, as far as the tie rods, since we're not using shocks, the front need to be in the 60 to 65 millimeter range, the rear 70 to 75 millimeters, and the tie rods around 45 millimeters. So what I did with the tie rods, guys, is both of these ends are stock Hobao tie rod ends, but they're both the same side. Actually, let's see, I got a extra roller down here so I can show you guys. But got this. So basically what I did is I removed this and I put 2 of these on there. So the inner stock plastic is what I'm using on the outer and inner. And then as far as the center threading, all I did was just order all thread from Amazon, and I'll post up a link in my video description for that. Pretty straightforward, but that's the only other things you need to complete this kit. I'll do a little movie magic and edit this in. I forgot about these 60 to 65 millimeters for this guy here. So it's the same as the front arms. So anywhere in between that 60 to 65 millimeter for that. And then the last thing that I did forget to talk about, since we're running dog bones front and rear on this kit, we won't be running a CVD style up front. You got to get a stub axle from the rear of a VTE2. I think they are 10 to 15 bucks for the pair, and then you put those into the front. That way we got the dog bones front and rear. That is pretty much it as far as the rest of the stuff you will need for this kit, and we will get back to the video I had going. The arms, everything fits very nicely. There's no slop. The pin fitment was really nice. There wasn't any extra movement inside of the arms where the pins slide in. Overall, the kit was done really well. So here's the arms all laid out. You know, they came out really nice for being printed arms, and so far they've been very strong, and they're super lightweight. They're like a featherweight. And then we've got the dog bones, and they're pretty much like your upgraded Hobao 5.3 dog bone. They're just tiny, you know, and they've got just enough movement in there to where they're not binding up or anything like that. So here's another one of the chassis I just had extra, so I figured I would lay it out. But yeah, so gives you that option to do some cool setups. I think this other one that I'm building, I was still undecided. Like, I was throwing around trying to fit like a kind of a small dual 8S, something different. I was thinking about doing a 12S. I might do a 4S single motor setup and see what I can get, and compare one of these skinny cars to my pink low voltage skinny car. Like, maybe even run the same motor. 4S, I got that full size 7 scale to 170. I was wondering, you know, what could I do with the skinny version, same motor, run the same 4080, and just see the difference there. So that would be cool. I'm still undecided yet, but yeah, that's basically it, guys. It is not a crazy built setup. I try to keep most of my stuff pretty simple. I did take a stock or a scorched front splitter. I want to say it was the Hobao like bolt-in splitter that David offers, and it's supposed to sandwich in between here, but I trimmed it down to fit the body, and bolted it underneath because I wanted to get that front end as low as possible. So I bolted it underneath, and then it allows me to bring the body down even more. But yeah, that's it, guys. So if you have any questions, you know, I'm happy to answer. I think John has a few of these kits left, and so I would reach out to him. I think he's got them on sale for the end of the year, for the final kits that he's got. So I'm really happy overall with them. I think the numbers speak for themselves, getting 1721 up to 195 on 8S. So yeah, that's it. And I'm working on some other cars, so next couple weeks look out for some other videos, and I'll kind of go through some of my builds. But yep, that's it for today, guys. Take it easy.